All right, this is James Pelton. How's everybody doing today? I just got a new lapel mic because my other one broke. So how is my audio? Let me know if my audio sounds good. So we are waiting for the Golden Society team to show up. I told them to take their time. I said I'm good at small talk and I like just hanging out and talking about whatever before they get on. So first thing I need you to do is hit the like button as we get started here. Second off, I need you to comment if my audio is good or not. If you can hear me, because again, it's a new mic, and for some reason, I've just never. I had an old lapel mic, and nothing I've ever used besides that old lapel mic I've liked the sound of. I've tried condenser mics, and I've tried those fancy YouTube mics, and I've tried other lapel mics and nicer lapel mics, and nothing works. Audio is good. Audio is fine. Okay. I'm not looking for fine, Joseph. I'm looking for awesome. Does my voice sound crisp and clear? That's what I'm really looking for. Actually, good is probably fine. So as we're waiting for the Golden Society team, does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask while we're waiting? I kind of like to turn these waiting times into like a quick Q&A as we Oh no, I don't know what that means. I'll do some more testing and we'll get that on. Extraordinary clarity. Yes, that's what I was going for. Okay, so Luke is here. ASMR. Okay, yeah, I can do that, I think. Should I do a James Pelton ASMR video? Maybe that would be, you think I'd get a lot of views? What do you think I'd get more views on, an ASMR video or a DeFi video? I'll have to do some tests on that. All right, we do have Luke here from Golden Society, so I'm going to answer one question, and I'll bring on Luke here. Any other tomb forks pegged with stable coins? There's a lot that are coming out recently. Let me share my screen here. Luke, I'll bring you on here in just 1 minute. They got me distracted with other questions now. So just 1 minute, then we'll bring you on here. Let's see, share screen, share this screen. Okay, so the two that I've been looking at, Golden Dow, or no, wait, Golden Bird Dow. Dang, what was it called? That's the hardest part, is remembering them. Well, the first one is Frozen Walrus. So you guys are familiar with that one. That's a grape. Let me look up that other one. But they're pegged to USDC. They're just under peg right now, but they've been sitting mostly above peg. Early Bird Dow there. That was the other one. But it's a tomb fork. Actually, that's not pegged to that's pegged to BNB. So never mind that one. Frozen Walrus is in Great Finance are the two big ones that are pegged to the two stable coins that I like. So, all right, let's go ahead and bring on Luke. Enough of me. Luke, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Luke, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you? Good to see you.
Good. Hey, so L-U-U-K is not how we spell Luke in America. Is it still pronounced Luke, or is it like Luke? Like,
yeah, it's difficult. So we say in Holland, we say Luke.
Luke.
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool.
But it comes from the same prophet, So yeah, however you want to spell it, it all comes down to the same Genesis. So
okay, very cool. Yeah, Luke the physician from the Bible. That's awesome.
There you go.
All right.
My mother is still mad at me that I never went to that kind of school.
Well, what are you going to do? It's not for everybody, right?
That's
DeFi,
it.
you're going to make more money in DeFi than you'd ever make as a doctor.
And lose.
Yeah, that's very, very true.
And lose.
Well, so I know you, and
Yep.
if people have watched my other AMA with you, they know you. But for those who don't know you, could you introduce yourself here as we get started?
Yeah, for sure. So, hi everybody. I'm Luke. I'm part of the Golden Society team. I've been investing in crypto since 2015, I suppose. Yeah, 2015-ish. In my daily life, I work in marketing, a CMO of a European company, and I'm a huge crypto enthusiast. I like everything about innovating. I've created many companies myself, and I started the Golden Society with a group of friends that were just keen on doing something new in DeFi. And to do that, we first need to know how DeFi worked and how communities work and how crazy land DeFi is. So we started the Golden Society with a great team of experienced guys, and we've been learning and building like 24 hours round the clock. And that's well, that's basically a bit about me and about the team. I'm so super excited to be here with you again, James. We've been talking a lot, also backstage. Yeah, so let's ask away and see if I can bring something cool to this talk.
Awesome. Yeah, we'd love to do that. Leo, are you here yet, or are you still getting your settings finished out? Do you want to introduce yourself?
No, I'm here already.
So let me help you a little bit with Leo. So Leo, he's currently on a holiday, and his kids are sleeping in the hotel room. So I just asked him to join, but he's like, "Oh shit, I have to run to the balcony." So he's currently sitting on the balcony with his door
Exactly.
closed.
Okay, yeah, I was on a 5-week road trip, and so I can relate to that. I was like
You can
trying to
relate.
find
Yeah,
corners of the hotel where nobody was around, and
we got you in the hotel room.
that's
And
yeah, that's right. Yep, totally. Well, let's go ahead and talk about. So you guys have had quite a journey already.
yeah,
Let's talk
Mhm.
about what happened with Golden Society, and then what you've kind of done
yeah,
to fix it, and let's
yeah.
just kind of tell the story a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So we started off the end of March, launched the protocol in a very bullish market. Everybody was dancing around with their nodes, and a lot of money was made. And you could launch an NFT of a chicken, and it would lay eggs, and you would be making money. So the scene was totally pumped for nodes as a service. This also gave us a very nice opportunity to start working on a protocol that actually brought exclusivity to the DeFi field. So we were really trying to minimize the amount of investors joining, just to make sure that we will maintain pace and look at longevity rather than just people to create 10,000 nodes in one day and then drain the liquidity pool as fast as they can. So we were uh, we developed a lot of these mechanics into our protocol. But we had a protocol that was paired up with AVAX, Avalanche. That kind of bit us in the ass, pardon my French, the moment when the market went bearish. Luna happened, Celsius happened, well, a lot of DeFi platforms were losing and were liquidated. So the market turned very bearish on us, and even Avalanche, the AVAX token dropped from 140 all the way back to 14. So we said, okay, this is really harming and damaging the protocol and thus the investors inside the Golden Society. So we took a step back and we talked to the community and informed them about what would be best for them and for us is to pause the contract, rebuild, re-strategize, and launch again. So what we did is we paused the contract. We kept our community alive and we kept them very close to us. We did a lot of presentations in the past, and what we did is we rebuilt our contracts completely, and we paired with USDC. So we paired with a stable coin. The only thing missing from that part was a liquidity manager. So to actually keep the price stable and maintain the price as stable as possible, we had to use a liquidity manager. But the timing was, I mean, it's also harmful if you pause too long. So the timing we gave ourselves a 2 weeks cap and said, look, okay, in these 2 weeks we need to build a liquidity manager that would manage all the buys and the sells. The time was just too short because we're also recreating all of the contracts. So we got in touch with Horde. You might know them. You did a few videos with them, I guess. Yeah. So we got in touch with them, and we had many sit downs. We had weekly talks with them, like daily talks with them about how could we use their liquidity manager as a service on top of our chain and our protocol, and actually, yeah, lease it from them. So this conversation got really alive and kicking, and we did demos and POCs, like we did, yeah, we started building with them. And then together we bridged the liquidity manager service from the Binance Smart Chain to Avalanche, and we launched 2 days ago with their liquidity manager on top of our protocol. So it's a very nice partnership within DeFi, which hasn't been done before. We are the first ones that launched with their liquidity manager. They are now picking up new protocols that are also launching with their liquidity manager. So that's very cool for them, adding utility to the protocol. And for us, it's really cool to have such a good partner on board where we can strategize with and work together with on a better DeFi space for everybody. So that's how we relaunched, how we paused, how we relaunched, and yeah, how we're now looking at the market again.
Okay, can you, for people who don't know, can you explain what the liquidity manager is and does and why it's important?
Yeah, sure. So with every sell that's happening, when the sell triggers a certain range, so a certain range in price, it would automate immediately as a buy into the same block. So if a user would sell their tokens, we would automate a buy just to keep the price constantly stable. Same goes for when the price goes too far up, we will initiate a sell. So it pushes the price down again. So this way, you won't have these very large tops and bottom graphs, and it maintains a certain level of stability, which is very good for new investors joining. It's very good for people in the protocol, so they don't have to be awake till 3 a.m. Finding the best price to sell their tokens. The price is always going to be in this range. So that's why you need a liquidity manager, and you're unable to do that by hands.
Yes. And so here, just so people know, here's Horde's chart using their liquidity manager, and this is since launch until now.
Yeah.
It's not gone below 97,
No.
I think, and it's
Yeah.
not gone over. They were working on maybe moving up the range, I think, but it's almost a stable coin the way that they've been doing it.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
It is. It is. It's like how a stablecoin works. Yeah. It's really
so
nice.
what range are you guys? So you guys are looking to do kind of the same thing with a range, or how are you guys going to use
Yes.
the range?
So what we're looking at is $8 and $11 range. So below 8 we will start the buy, and above 11 we will start the sell. And within this range we will try to keep it maintain this range. It's a really healthy price for new investors to join, and it's because it's not too expensive, and it's a good price for people to sell. So it's it's never over the top. So that's kind of how we would like to get more people joining our community.
Okay, so really what I feel like this does, the biggest thing is it prevents the price from pumping up super high. Like instead of pumping up super high, it just adds that to your liquidity, and then it gives you a bigger buffer that if you start to go low, you can keep it up there. And then keeping it so stable also keeps people from panicking and then just selling everything. So there's been a lot of benefits to that. Do you
Exactly.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about what people, so what is Golden Society then? So we have the liquidity manager and we had our old AMA, so people can watch that if they want more info, but what exactly are you doing with Golden Society?
So with Golden Society, we started out as like a nodes as a service platform. You would create a node, and it would give you daily rewards, and it would it would just be like a complete model based on Ponzonomics. New investors joining, old investors cashing out, and this flow of all of these projects. That was kind of the first basis of what we did. But building and working in this on this protocol, we were like, okay, this is basically stupid to build, because you're just keeping a Ponzonomics model alive, and I mean, eventually they will all die. That's how it works. If you don't, if you're the money bringing in, then and you're the money taking out, then that's just for so long vivid. So what we did is we created something new inside our society. As I just said, we are a very close community. It's a very cool, a lot of really cool people inside our community, and there's no FUD. There's only a lot of people working with us and helping us. So what we did is we built a separate vault, a separate treasury, actually, which can only be used and attained by people in our society. So it's like an insurance on our protocol, that the moment people are claiming and selling and other people are compounding, we are putting like 80% of the taxes into this X vault, and that vault grows. And what we did is, whenever you reach a certain tier, like tier 4, that means after 31 refineries, you will get a rebase token from us. It's exclusive. You can buy it or trade it. It's exclusive. It's like a hidden gem from our protocol, and it rebases automatically 1% per day. And the cool thing about this is the moment you'll sell it back to the vault, because there in our D app you can just sell it back to the vault and you'll get AVAX in return. And the moment you do that, that portion is automatically burned, so it's gone. And there's a limited supply, so the more people holding this coin, the longest will eventually have the biggest chunk at this vault. But this is a vault which is isolated in our protocol. But we are building another protocol, and a new protocol, which is going to be pretty cool, if I may say so. It's non bondsnomics based. It's like we're creating a company out of it. We've been in talks with a few very big players in the scene, and we've been hitting at grants. So we expect this to go out in public in the next quarter. And from this protocol, we are going to apply a portion of the profits back to the X vault. So this X vault is going to be getting profits from other protocols that we are building, and this is only for our community in the Golden Society. So it's like a thank you to all the people that helped us give out these ideas and helped us build this cool community. And this is something that none of the other protocols have, and that makes us unique. So we're really there for the community, and we want them to keep earning as long as possible without us having to maintain a very difficult Ponzonomics model. So that's what separates us from all of the rest.
Okay, very cool. Do you want to talk about what this new protocol is, or is it kind of under wraps for now?
Well, we still want to onboard you there as well. So, but I'll give you I'll give your viewers a piece of what we're talking about. So today I had a meeting with one of the CEOs of one of the biggest crypto companies in the world, and we showed him what we were building, and he was like blown away. So what we're building, it's an insurance on every crypto investment you're doing. But it's also an insurance on all the protocols that are building. So what we offer protocols is a 4-step program where they would just come to us, and we will do like a full KYP, like know your protocol, know your customer. We would do the contract audits, like everything is automated from the start for a protocol till the end, and we'll give them all the stamps needed to get an insurance on. And for investors, they would be able to easily invest on their first deposits on, let's say, any kind of SEX, but also on protocols that have that we are working with, but also on their MetaMask accounts and everything DeFi related. This insurance is just the payment is done with a small premium on a daily basis, so you can get out anytime. And the premium is going to be pretty low, so everybody would be able to insure. Like, for instance, you would get a Thor note. You would say like, hey, I deposited $500 into this Thor note. We would insure that for a small daily premium, and we would insure the investors on a list of things they want the insurance on. So this is like in a nutshell. It goes way deeper, and we have so many cool demos already created. And we would love to have your take on it as well and see if we could do some collab there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that sounds super cool. I've actually thought a lot about that, but have you run a lot of the math? Like, it seems to me like there's so much that rugs and so many losses. The math that hasn't seemed to work out for me of like the premiums have to be, more than you're insured on almost. So, yeah, does the math work out?
Yes, the math work out like any other insurance does. Of course, there's more volatility and there's more danger in the space, but that doesn't really matter when you take a lot of when there's a lot of people having an insurance. Like the small premiums would cover for the big losses. That math works out, and we've been working with a big insurance company in the Netherlands doing all of these maths for us. Yeah, it works out. It works out.
Very cool. Well, yeah, I definitely that would probably deserve its own AMA, or maybe even its own dedicated video. But so when you're getting closer on that, we'll definitely talk. But you're saying that
Sure.
the proceeds from that, the revenue from that, go back to the Golden Society. Is that correct?
Yeah, it goes back to the X fault, and that X fault that's the isolated fault, and that's like our thanks to the community, and that's something that we're not ever going to be dropping. So it's we've done this together with the community, and we'd like to rebuild and do much more because there's so many smart people in all of these communities that actually can help out as ambassadors or yeah, even thought bringers.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, no, I would appreciate, yeah, if people hit the like button. JB, thanks for coming and reminding us. Let us know. I forgot to say, comment where you're watching from. There's a good question just to get some comments going. And then if you have questions for Luke or for Leo or for me, feel free to ask those and I'll bring those up as they seem applicable. So can you talk a little bit about, I think sometimes it's, the tiers and stuff like that is a little bit confusing for people. It's not what we're used to seeing in protocols like this. Can you talk a little bit about just how you get in to the Golden Society, and then what do the different tiers mean, and how do you move up, and just all the things?
Sure. So it's really easy. We have like a small node and a big node. We call them refineries, but for the people watching, it's like basically a yield rewarding node. And when you start with a 24K refinery, you will immediately be in tier one. Tier one means that you're going to be building till tier two, tier three, tier four. So every time you unlock a tier, you'll get to the next set of nodes to unlock. The reason why we build tiers is that we want people to actually compound and get into this X fault rather than just claiming and selling, because and that's why we need the tiers. Is we have placed a decay of nodes on top of every node. So after 90 days of just claiming and selling, your nodes are gone. So you need to get to tier 4 to get to the X fault. There will be a new there's new function in the app that will show you the X fault, and you'll get in there and you get the rebase token. With every new node into these tiers, you'll get like a 15 X Gotsies given by us with every new refinery you build. The smaller refinery, however, that's for the smaller investors, like people that are just don't want to make the bigger investments. They can be combined to a bigger node after you have created 5 of them. So you can step in with a lower budget and still get into the tiers for the bigger nodes. You just need to create 5 and then swap them for a big one, and then you're automatically enrolled in the X Vault program. So that's how you go through our Golden Society. The bigger nodes are like $200 ish, and the smaller ones they go like a 50 $50. Yes. So that's it's pretty decent. It's easy to get in and easy to get out, of course. And yeah, it's very plain like this.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, and I was trying to look. I'm not a very good multitasker, but we have a giveaway going on my Twitter page. And I was trying to find it so that I could put the link for people because I believe we're giving away.
Yeah.
I have so many tweets, man. Why do people follow me? This is crazy.
You should do something with that. Maybe
Tweet less.
maybe create a job out of it. Like influencing. Did you ever think about that?
I have thought about that. I've considered that. Well, I need to find that. I need to find that giveaway because it's a good giveaway. I can't remember what it is, but I remember it's worth like $800 or $1,000, giving away 4 refineries. I think we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, go do advanced search on my Twitter page, and if I find the link I will find that before this is over and post the link to it.
Sure.
So, yeah, well, very cool. So it sounds like you guys got a lot going on. So Alex says, we follow you because you're a degen and we love it. Well, that's good. Good. I'm glad that you guys like that.
That's
And
a good one.
Gregory says, these guys might fail, but they will never rug. So that's good. They care about the golden community. They reached out to help people in financial trouble during the dip. What protocol does that for their community? And I did just want to ask real briefly, we were kind of talking about in the private chat, but can I just ask about the situation with Harmony nodes? I know some people were wondering.
Yeah, sure. So, like your last comment, we do a lot for our community. We've had many people reach out to us during these difficult times to help out with their rent or with their car troubles or with grocery shopping, everything like this, and we would always send them directly the money that they needed to do this. That's just something that shows how we are and how we like to work with people. Harmony Notes contacted us to see if we could help them save their protocol, as they were dropping from the get-go. Team members left. There was a very unstable team left in place. So we got in touch with the 2 founders of Harmony Nodes, and we worked out a great deal to onboard their investors onto the Golden Society. What we did is we used their treasury and their liquidity pool. We calculated it back to the amount of nodes and gave that back to the community from Harmony. So we were going to onboard them to our protocol. The community loved it. Our community loved it. We had like a very good synergy going on. Onboarded them in our Discord channel. It was really going well. But then we didn't get a hold of them for the last 3 days. And just now, like 20 minutes before the AMA, we got a message from one of the founders that they were not going to bridge the funds over to us, but they were going to DCA into Ethereum for the next couple of years to see if they could pay back their investors. So I'm not very enthusiastic about that, but it shows, it shows that a deal made in crypto or in DeFi is still easily thrown from the table. Too bad, because we really loved the acquisition and we really loved onboarding new members to our protocol and thus helping other protocols. So we've been reached by many protocols. Actually, our DMs are kind of going crazy with the protocols reaching out, like, hey, could we do something like Harmony? Get on board with you guys and see if we could, could restructure. So Harmony was the first, but probably not the last that we're going to be onboarding soon.
It's too bad there's not like an insurance policy that could cover what happens.
There you go.
That would be wonderful. I hope somebody builds that. I'll invest a lot of money if somebody builds something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but yeah, you can see all
I
the
can talk with
announcements.
some guys I know.
Yeah.
Okay, send them my way. Send them my way, and we'll work something out.
I will.
I literally was just thinking about that the other day. I was sitting on my couch and I was like, what could I do to help people in the DeFi community? And I'm like, what they need is an insurance fund of some kind. But then I was like, oh man, but there's so many rug pulls and things like that. It's going to take a lot of good protocols to make that work. So
Yeah.
if you guys worked out the math, that's pretty cool. Really excited for that. All right. Well, does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask the team? I think I'm going to leave a link in the description also to our last AMA just to get to know the team a little, because you had your whole team then too, so they can get to know the whole team. But consensus is that they love this team. There's a strong revenue stream on the way. You guys have worked out tokenomics. Do you have any other revenue streams that you've been looking at? You have this insurance fund, that insurance things are coming out. What other revenue streams are there or are on the roadmap coming up?
So we're completely focused on like stabilizing the Golden Society for our investors to keep that as stable as possible. We're not throwing in treasuries or anything. We're literally putting back everything that's being earned back to the liquidity manager and liquidity. So we don't have any investments to watch over, or I mean, at this moment in time, it's really difficult to do great investments. I mean, it's good to invest now. No financial advice, but we chose not to do that as there's still so much risk involved at the moment. So our treasury, we said, like, let's not keep treasury. Let's just pump everything back to the protocol, rinse and repeat. And in the meantime, build the new protocol and make sure that money goes back to the society. So that's a better vision for us. It's way healthier, and it doesn't involve any degen economics.
Okay, so here's a question from Arvin. He wants to invest $100. We'll say, what would be the advantage to getting into Golden Society opposed to just getting into like Horde? You know, where the original liquidity manager. I don't. Maybe this puts you on the spot, but
no worries. Horde is very good. They have a solid team. They really did everything the team needs to be doing to get where they are. So I would never challenge us against Horde. But the thing is, with $100, you don't get far with Horde. You get nowhere. And because you need $1,000 to start with Horde, for us you can start with 50, with as little as $50 and get into the scene. So with $100, I would pick us. But if you have 1,000, I would say also take a look at Horde.
Okay, cool. And I think Horde did launch or are launching partial plots.
Yeah,
they might have.
I'm not sure if they launched already. Did they?
Okay, yeah, I'm not either. I need to probably check. So how many tokens out of the 20 per node go into the liquidity manager for use as a buybacks and sells?
How many tokens out of the 20 per node go into the liquidity manager for use of buybacks and sells? Leo, can you take that one? That's your part of the job.
I will do that one. It's 15% of all the node creation goes into the liquidity manager. So that's three coins.
Okay, very cool. And then Alex wants to know, I've been compounding nonstop since I started. Once I reach tier 10, assuming it's like other tiers, my refineries expire in 90 days. What do you do then?
Yeah, then you probably earn a lot. You're right. So that's basically how we created the exit protocol. So by 90 days, people are still able, after they reach 100 nodes, they will still be able to claim and sell for 90 days, which is good enough. It will bring a nice portion of dollar value. And then we will continue with XCOTC. So that's definitely how it goes. Yeah.
Okay. And then Chrysanthus, who's a faithful watcher, I appreciate your support. It says a lot of interviews in a day. You need to select carefully what you bring to the table. People won't be happy if they lose money. And that is definitely the truth. I do try to be careful. I try actually usually to not do 2 in a day. But just since I was on vacation, it just worked out that I had to do 2 today. But yes, I try to be careful who I bring in. So Golden Society is one where I know they're not going to rug pull me and Like an idiot. So
Yeah, but
but
the thing is, people that are watching, I mean, they should be very responsible with their money either. So yes, if you decide to do two or three, then you're just bringing new ideas that other people are not seeing. So, and you should always be careful what to pick. So never decide on whatever James tells you. Just decide on whatever your mind says.
yes, absolutely. And Alex says, James, you had 3 today. Sleep Money Club counts also. Okay, yeah, that's true. I did do 3. This is my 3rd live video today. You're right. And I never intend for my videos to be like, hey, invest in every single project that I show. I just kind of want to show you, here's what's out there. Here's what I think is interesting. I do get into most of the things that I do videos about, but a lot of it is like, hey, I want to experiment for you, so you don't have to lose your money. You can just kind of watch me, win and lose money. So yeah, always, do your own research. Don't follow me. I mean, follow me, but don't follow me with your money. Like, come up with your own strategy. And then I know predictions are always the worst thing to do, but what's your prediction for Q4 XGDSY token price? And I guess maybe I would sum up this question as like, when investors are getting in, they like to have somewhat of an idea of like, well, here's maybe you can expect maybe something like this. Do you have any thoughts that
No,
you have there?
no. So there's already like 40K-ish in the X vault. That's still growing every day. There are 20 million tokens, but it rebases, and rebases pretty fast. And there's a deflationary mechanics on top of it, so it burns with every cell. So there's no price for it because it grows and it increases every day. So I have no idea.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured the answer might be. So yes, that's great.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say.
Yes, and I did find the link to the giveaway, so I'm going to do that here shortly. Here's the link. It's in the comments. I'm going to do that giveaway fairly shortly after this live is over. So they're giving away 4 24K refineries, so worth about $800. So that should be pretty cool. James, we need your help with Harmony Node. They're trying to rug. Did an AMA with you before. Please help by jumping in the Discord. I'll jump in. There's not a lot that I can do. Like, I can come in and say, hey, here's what I think you should do. But there's not a ton that I'm able to do. A lot of times they just ignore me the same way that they ignore everyone else. But I'll definitely hop in their Discord and tell them my opinion on what they should do. So, all right. Well, does anybody else have any other questions before we let these guys go? I'm excited to hear about this insurance fund, but I want to hear more about it. Maybe we should do a separate video. So otherwise it'll get too convoluted here.
Sure.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to share with the audience?
Be safe, be thoughtful. No, yeah, come over to our Discord, see how everybody is talking about us, and see if you like to join. I think we said enough about our protocol, so let's not loop it again. But
Yes.
yeah.
Amen. Amen. I put a link to the Discord, so go ahead and check them out. Even if you don't invest, it's one of the nicest teams that I've interacted with. So at least go hang out in their Discord. If nothing else, just go hang out in their Discord. Follow them on Twitter.
Thanks a lot.
Play some
I
ball.
appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Or put in some money. That would be another option. I'm sure they would appreciate that. So I want to thank the audience. Thank you guys. This is my 3rd live video, and I appreciate you guys just keep showing up. Again, we couldn't do AMAs unless an audience showed up to watch them. There'd be no point in having just me and the team. So I appreciate you guys. And then Golden Society team, thank you guys for hopping on, and excited to hear more about what you're doing in upcoming months.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right. Well, take care, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
See you later.